Coming up in home team weather, getting cooler across the state this afternoon. 70s now in Tuscaloosa, but 60s just across state line. How cool is going to get tonight? And how about your weekend forecast? And will more rain return? Your forecast straight ahead. Stay with us.
It's October 1st, and that has retailers putting out the holiday decorations, but it's not just fall. They're already dreaming of some Christmas green. And we're kicking off special coverage of women's health. Find out what experts say about when and how often mammograms should be part of a woman's health care plan. We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terri Brewer. Lynn Brooks is on assignment tonight. We start with a look at your weather. Parts of the area saw some heavy rain today, and some counties in Alabama even went under tornado watches. So could you be in for a night of stormy weather? WVUA Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott has a look at your first forecast. Richard.
Hey, Terry, good Monday afternoon to you. Yeah, still that tornado watch hanging on for extreme East Alabama, Gadsden, Anniston, Talladega, and Points East right now. No West Alabama counties under that watch. In fact, all the severe weather issues out there going to be out of here. Just a little shower activity going to be possible, I think, through tonight. Most spots stay rain-free. The cold front now over the eastern part of the state, about to move across state line into Georgia. But behind that low, still some wraparound moisture, so some lingering showers going to be possible. We'll talk about the rest of the forecast. Here's a quick cast, though. We'll talk about your weekend forecast in just a bit. Stay with us.
All right, thank you, Richard. Well, if you've hit the stores lately, you've probably noticed it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and it's just the 1st of October. Stores around West Alabama are filled with everything from pumpkins to Christmas lights. The National Retail Federation says retailers will look for any opportunity to be the first with holiday merchandise. One shopper tells us it's not quite time for the red and green.
It's October 1st, and I mean, I like Christmas as much as the next guy, but I think it might be a little early to start putting those up, especially with, Thanksgiving stuff. I think they kind of skipped that. That's not even up here.
Even though Christmas decorations are already in the stores, Halloween is still a big business. The National Retail Federation expects shoppers to spend $8 billion on Halloween items this year. Well, there is some new help for businesses building back in recovery zone areas in Tuscaloosa. The city of Tuscaloosa began accepting applications for their $2.5 million commercial revolving loan program today. The goal is to provide incentives and relief for businesses rebuilding in areas impacted by last year's tornado. The program is funded by a grant from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. According to city leaders, it's an interest-free loan, but it must be repaid in 3 years. Business owners say if they're approved, these loans will help them get back on their feet.
I think it'll help offset our building program because I did not have enough insurance. And then possibly provide cash flow for the unexpected, and I'm sure we'll run into a lot of that.
You'll make your payments back to us, and we'll turn around and push that money back out into the community to another business that maybe needs the loan as well.
Applications will be accepted October 1st through October 30th. For more information, you can find a link to the city's website through our website. That's WVUATV.com. Hear from more local businesses owners coming up tonight on WVUA News at 6. Well, more money could soon be in the pockets of Tuscaloosa County employees. County commissioners are expected to consider a pay raise for employees this week. They're looking at an $84.7 million budget for 2013. County Accounting Manager Bill Lamb said the reason for the increase in pay is because sales and property taxes have brought in more revenue than expected. The budget increase would benefit many county agencies, including the public library. If approved, it would take effect immediately. Well, if you drive a Honda Accord, you may want to listen up. Honda is recalling nearly 600,000 midsize Accords in the U.S. The recall is put into effect after a defect in the power steering hose. This could potentially cause fluid to leak and catch fire. The recall is for all Accords made from 2003 to 2007 with V6 engines. The hoses will be replaced for free but will not be available until early 2013. If you suspect a leak, then you should take your car to the dealer. On your election watch, 35 days until America votes in the next presidential election, and October is packed with debates between the men wanting to lead the nation. President Obama and Republican candidate Mitt Romney face off this Wednesday. According to officials, the first 3 segments will focus on the economy. Healthcare, the role of government, and governing are also up for debate. The first debate is set for the University of Denver in Colorado. It will start at 8 p.m. According to the Commission on Presidential Debates, the next debate will be between the vice presidential candidates. It's set for next week, Thursday, October 11th. The second presidential debate will be on Tuesday, October 16th, and the third debate is set for Monday, October 22nd. According to the commission, all debates will begin at 8 p.m. and run until 9:30 p.m. On your Money Watch, the costs of your favorite dairy drink may be milking more from your wallet. That's because the cost of milk is expected to spike and maybe even double. Congress went on its 5-week election break without passing a farm bill. Republican leaders in the House of Representatives announced they would not take action on the new farm bill until after the November elections. If lawmakers do not agree on a policy soon, we could be paying a lot more for our milk in the new year. In Tennessee, authorities are searching for 2 missing children. Earlier this month, the home where they lived with their grandparents burned to the ground, killing both adults. But the children's remains were not found in the ashes. Now authorities say the children may be alive and in danger. Susan Candiotti has the latest.
More than a week after sifting through ashes and debris, investigators have found no sign of 9-year-old Chloe Leverett and 7-year-old Gage Daniel. No sign the youngsters were there, and so far no evidence they weren't when an inferno swept through the home where they lived with their grandparents. Friends and family don't understand, and neither does anyone else.
I think something's very fishy.
The more you find out, the more questions you have.
Helicopters equipped with infrared cameras found no sign of the children in surrounding woods either. The children were last seen playing in the neighborhood about 3 hours before the fire started last Sunday night. Did someone take them? The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an Amber Alert Friday night, calling the missing children endangered. Authorities don't know what caused the fire, adding to the mystery.
They said that it was not an intentional fire, but obviously there's more to it than that.
Chloe's parents are not considered suspects, according to police.
We are tired, but we want this to continue on until we find out what's really happened to these children.
Susan Candiotti, CNN, New York.
Authorities say the children's parents are cooperating with the investigation. We'll bring out the lawn chairs, the blankets, and the popcorn because it's time to go to the movies. And we're heading back to the future. The Transportation Museum in the city of Tuscaloosa are teaming up to present the classic 80s hit this Friday night. All the fun starts at 7 p.m. behind the museum on the historic Queen City Pool. Admission is $5 per vehicle, and popcorn will be available for you to purchase. Well, the Crimson Tide rolls into this week, keeping its #1 ranking. Bama stomped the Ole Miss Rebels this weekend, 33-14 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. No game this Saturday. It's an off weekend for the Tide. The next game is set for October 13th in Columbia, Missouri, where the Tide faces off against the Mizzou Tigers. According to the University of Missouri's athletic website, kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. and it will be carried on CBS.
Coming up next in home team weather, no rain out there across the West Alabama County. Still a couple of showers and a tornado watch in East Alabama. When will this activity move out? And when will more rain move in? Your forecast after the break. Stay with us.
We are focusing on breast cancer awareness this month. Find out when and how often experts believe women should have mammograms. And the injury bug has bitten the Crimson Tide. Gary Harris will have the disappointing news later in Alabama's home team sports.